afternoon, Malacanang Press Corps. Let's now have Presidential Spokesperson and Chief Presidential Legal Counsel, Salvador Panelo.
Good afternoon. I'm ready. If you are.
Questions? Ace Romero.
Secretary, why
Yes.
did the President appoint Secretary Jokno as the BSP governor? What were the considerations?
Integrity, competence, expertise.
Despite the allegations from some members of the House in connection with the budget, apparently the President ignored those controversies.
Because the allegations are not true. I
Last
don't
question.
think anybody believe him.
Okay, kasi dadaan ang BSP governor sa CA. How confident are you that the CA will accept the appointment?
Well, that's their call. We have a good man there. We have an experienced man. We have an expert man. We have a man of integrity.
Do you think yung budget issues will impede the approval of
I don't
his-
think so.
No. Okay. Thank you, Sec.
May follow up? Virgil?
Sir, did the President consider other names for the BSP post?
Yes, he said so. He had a list.
Sino nandun, sir? Maliban kay Diokno.
Hindi ko alam yung... Sinabi niya lang maraming names siyang tiningnan. Inisa-isa niya.
Sir, kasi parang, I think the banking industry parang had expected na insider yung mapipili. Why do you think the President opted to go with someone who is not from BSP?
I already said the qualifications under which the President based his appointment. The banking industry lauded the appointment of Secretary Ben Jokno.
Jenaline.
Sir, is the President considering Jokno's replacement at the DBM?
What I know is there is an acting now, Attorney Abuel, lawyer CPA.
But the President is looking into appointing a permanent budget secretary, and what would be his qualifications
The
for the
same.
next DBM?
Competence, integrity, expertise.
May follow up, RJ?
Unless Joseph Morong wants to add another qualification.
Joseph, use the microphone, please.
O ba't wala nga pala yung tatlong girls?
They have better things to do, sir.
Quoting me? Quoting me?
I'm just kidding.
No, quoting me nga, quoting me.
Yeah, I'm sure they're watching. Sir, with regard to the budget portfolio, no? OIC pa lang for the meantime. Are we waiting for some people, maybe after the elections, we'll get a permanent
Hindi ko
budget?
alam. I'll ask the President.
No former presidents, former congressmen in the running?
I don't think so.
No? Why? Too small a
If you're
position?
referring to the former president, I don't think
Former president who?
Gloria Arroyo, I don't think she will want to be in another government position after her stint as speaker. She said so herself. I believe her.
Okay, yun muna. Ay, sir, related to the budget, no? There's a statement from Senator Lacson with regard to Speaker Arroyo that parang nag-realign yata siya. Nangialam dun sa minulist ng DOH appropriations for health facilities worth 25 million. So after the budget has been approved by the bicameral committee and then it was ready for printing, now comes the intervention of Speaker
By
Arroyo.
his own admission, Senator Lacson said technically it's not. It's not wrong because it has not been signed into law yet. Since it's Congress who realigns. O, hindi pwede, hindi pasok pa rin sila.
So nothing wrong with Speaker Arroyo tinkering with the 25 million DOH budget.
Supposedly it's the duty of Congress to tinker along with the budget. So
So nothing wrong. Okay. Yun muna, sir.
Okay. May follow up, Bernadette? Mayroon? Other issue. Joyce? Other issue?
Sir, ano lang,
Joy.
kailangan lang for soundbite purposes, reaction lang ng palace sa inflation for soundbite purposes.
Well, we are pleased to know that the inflation is going down as the economic managers said so a few weeks ago. It will go down as expected, given the fact that they have placed certain measures that will put it down.
Okay. Questions? Nestor?
Secretary, did the cabinet yesterday discuss the proposal to release the narco list ahead of the May 2019 elections with the president?
Not in the cabinet meeting, but we discussed it after. Secretary Anyo, the president, and I.
What was the position of the president, sir?
The position is the statement that I made.
For the release of the
Yes,
narco
you
list?
know, while we appreciate and understand well-meaning individuals saying that the release of the narco list may violate the presumption of innocence, we'd like to tell them that the Constitution gives the people the right to know matters of public concerns, especially those that concern their lives and welfare. Now, we have placed the drug problem as a national security. In other words, we are on the precipice of destruction if we cannot stop this drug industry. We cannot allow people to run local governments, the barangays, by the destroyers of society. The people have the right to know. While there is an individual right, this individual right must yield to the people's right to public safety. It must yield to people's interest or the country's interest. Moreover, the constitutional presumption of innocence, to my mind and to the President's mind, have been waived by reason of the running for public office. Because when you run for public office, everything is a fair game. You open yourself to criticism, kakalkalin lahat yung buhay mo dyan. So nung pumasok sila dyan, they already take the risk of being exposed if they are involved. So, sa tingin namin hindi mag-a-apply yung presumption of innocence. At kahit nga magdemanda sila ng libel, baka malabo rin. Sapagkat ang libel, kailangan may malicious intent. Ito hindi. Kasi kaya nilirelease yan para malaman ng taong bayan at ng mga botante na itong mga taong ito, nakalista rito, ang sumisira sa ating bayan. Karapat nilang malaman yon. And it is the duty of the state to preserve itself.
Rosalie? May follow-up ka pa.
So when will the government release the narco list, sir?
From what I gather from Secretary Anyo, next week ang parang nasabi niya. And we'll be filing administrative charges as well as criminal charges against those in the list.
So the DILG will first file the charges before releasing the narco list, sir? Or do you,
Baka either simultaneous or mauna. It doesn't matter really kung anong mauna.
isn't it proper, sir, for the government to file first the charges before releasing the narco list?
It's not a question of propriety. Well, as I said, kanina nga sa ANC, sabi ko, you cannot let the people wait. Kasi it takes time filing charges. By the time mag-file ka ng charges, baka na-elect na yung mga yon.
Follow up, Rosalie?
Sir, based po sa statement ng CHR, yung pagre-release ng narco-list may encourage violence. Dahil po election season, pwedeng maging target yung mga nasa narco-list ng violence. So,
Again, I will repeat what I said. It's a fair game for all candidates who are involved in the drug industry. They know what they're doing is something that is destructive of the fabric of society. So when their names are listed there, they take that risk.
so wala pong apprehension ng Malacanang about dun sa pag-increase pa ng mga election-related violence dahil po sa pagre-release ng narco-list.
Wala. Kung meron mang mangyari, hindi na natin kasalanan yon. As I said, they take the risk. By running, kakalkalin talaga sila dyan. At kung hindi alam ng mga tao at may ginagawa silang masama, may problema talaga sila.
Okay. Joseph?
The voters have the right to live. The voters have the right to be safe. The voters have the right to reject people who have placed this country in danger of being destroyed.
Sir, did you discuss how many?
How many?
Government officials are in the narco list.
No.
Because PIDEA is saying it's 82 now.
The what?
82 na yung PIDEA figure, I think.
80 itong nasa listahan? Hindi ko
Walang nabanggit
hindi
po
nabanggit eh.
Sir, yung pong admin charges, pwede ba yung samahan ng suspension?
I think so, yes.
So when you come out with the narco list next week, pwede na rin, or that will include suspension of local government officials?
Pwede.
Yeah?
Would be.
No effect on the elections whatsoever?
What do you mean no effect?
Maybe be used as a political tool in,
Sabi ko na nga kanina, they take that risk. Fair game yan pag eleksyon.
Alright.
Alam naman nila yan. Kung involved sila at pumasok sila dyan, talagang mailalantad sila.
Okay.
Okay, MPC, may
Kahit
follow-up?
na nga, alam mo, kahit na wala pa sa listahan yan, yung mga kandidatong kalaban nila, lalabas yan. In their areas.
Tina.
RJ.
Sir, si Tina muna.
Tina.
Ay, sir. Sir, paano wala ba silang karapatan sa right to due process? Yung mga those in the narco list?
Sinabi ko na nga sa'yo, ang due process na tinatawag is you give the people a chance to defend themselves, di ba? Kaya nga may constitutional presumption of innocence. But as I said earlier, sa tingin ko, they already waived that right nung pumasok sila dyan. How can you demand that you are presumed innocent when you're involved in something criminal? Another thing, the due process clause applies to the life, the liberty, or property. Baka nga hindi sila pumasok doon eh. Kasi you don't deprive them naman of those three things pag nilabas mo lang yung listahan. And don't forget, please, that the people have the right to be informed. Right nila rin yun. And more importantly, it's the duty of the government to protect the citizenry from harm. And as we know, the drug industry has harmed us a lot. It has destroyed families. It has funded the rebellion in Mindanao. Kaya malaki ang problema talaga natin. Kaya si Presidente is fighting it with passion. to destroy the illegal drug trade.
Okay, RJ?
Sir, does the list include names of senatorial candidates, national politicians?
I do not know the names, but I will not be surprised if you're involved and you're running for whatever position, masasama ka doon. Whether you're in the administration or in the opposition.
So it's both local and national.
Hindi ko nga alam. I will not be surprised lang kung
Alright.
meron man. Pero hindi ko alam.
But
Wala akong personal knowledge.
did Mr. Anyo tell the president that
If Mr.
Secretary Anyo,
Anyo,
yes, did he tell the president that these information on this list has been verified?
oo. Alam po ninyo, tandaan nyo yung technology ngayon, masyadong modern. Madaling malaman, nakakapasok sa mga telepono ngayon ang surveillance. Malalaman ng pag-uusapan. Kaya mahirap din tanggihan pag sinabi ng law enforcement na kasama ka rito. Meron kaming tape. Meron kaming... Tsaka, don't forget also that there were thousands of surrenderies. These people are the ones providing the law enforcement agencies of names of those involved, kung sino nagbenta sa kanila, sino nagpupush. Pati na yung mga naaresto na nadimanda. Ang iba dyan, nagiging state witness. Siyempre, magtuturo yan. Kaya, validated yung nasa listahan yan. Tandaan nyo, out of mga 1,000 mahigit yata yung nasa listahan nun. Sino man nagreklamo lang? Si Governor Espino lang. At saka 2 pa yata. Can you imagine that? In 100% for instance, kung nagreklamo doon, 0.002%. Ibig sabihin, matindi yung validation.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, last on illegal drugs.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. Sir.
Yes.
Ah, Sir, ano ho yung mauuna? Sasampahan ng kaso ng DILG yung suspected narco-politicians o yung maglalabas ng listahan?
Hindi ko alam kung either or. Pwedeng either or, pwedeng simultaneous.
Sir, yung follow-up po yung... Ilan na po yung nasampahan ng kaso dun sa previous narco lists
Hindi
po
ko-
na nilabas ni Presidente?
I will have to ask from the PNP chief at saka sa DOJ.
Thank you.
Okay, Tina.
Pwedeng paliwanag lang kung anong batas, ay hindi. Pwedeng pa-explain lang, sir, kung saan galing yung pwedeng mag-listen sa mga phones and mag-tape ng mga conversations of suspected drug lords or those in the narco list, as you mentioned earlier.
Ay, hindi ba yan ang ginagawa naman talaga ng mga ng mga law enforcement agencies? But you cannot introduce that as evidence in court. Pero as far as they're concerned, alam nila. Kaya siguro, kahit na alam na nilang involved, naghahanap sila ng testimonial, saka documentary evidence kasi hindi nila po pwedeng ilabas yun. Hindi tatanggapin ng hukuman yun.
So at this point, sir, ang mga PNP investigators natin hanggang mga preliminary investigation pa lang. Kasi they don't have enough
meron na
evidence to
ipafile
file.
si Secretary Anyo. That means meron na silang mga ebidensya din with respect to those magiging subject of prosecution.
Okay, sir.
Joseph, follow up yan.
So you're not denying no, that law enforcement agencies are wiretapping drug suspects?
O hindi ba inaamin nila yun? Kahit nga si Presidente, sinabi niya, alam ko, kaya ako nalaman yan dahil may nag-provide. Not necessarily sila.
Sino
Not
sila?
necessarily law enforcement agencies natin. Kasi I don't think we have the capability. Wala tayo nun eh. Ang nagpo-provide
Come on,
sa
sir.
atin, ang mga nagpo-provide sa atin, mga sa ibang bansa eh. Ang magagaling dyan, Israel. Magaling dyan, America.
They're doing
Russia, China. In other words, they provide us with information.
Okay.
Kung tayo lang, wala, kopong-kopong pa yata yung mga instrumento natin.
Sige, sir.
Okay, other issue. RJ, follow up ka ba? Okay.
Sir, they wiretap from outside the country?
O hindi ba?
Where did they operate?
Hindi ko alam. Basta ang alam ko, hindi ba sabi ni Presidente, kaya niya nalaman yung conversation. Remember, may sinabi siya? Kasi sinoplayan siya ng tape conversation. I forgot na kung sino yung personality yun. Apart from that, meron pa isa eh. Si Loida Nicolas.
Sir, paano ito? Meaning to say the Philippine government asked these agencies outside the Philippines to coordinate with our government
Not us.
to surveil these individuals?
No, not us. Tandaan mo na yung mga bansa, all countries help each other in fighting terrorism and criminality. Siguro, in the course of this cooperation, nagbibigay sila ng impormasyon.
Voluntarily.
Oh, yes.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Raymond, last na to sa drugs, illegal drugs. Okay. Tina, then
Sir,
Raymond.
palinaw lang, ang wiretapping is still illegal under the law except
Oh,
maybe
yes.
crimes na like kidnapping kung live. Sir,
Unless
sa
na
Philippines,
merong sanction ng hukuman.
in the Philippines. Pero sir, paano yung kung yung foreign countries providing
Kung binigyan
wiretap
tayo. Hindi
conversations
naman
to
natin
Philippines?
magagamit yan. But for purposes of knowing kung sino yung mga suspected criminals.
Foreign country providing the Philippines with information obtained from illegal source like wiretapping a person's mobile
Ang
conversation.
tanong mo kung
Illegal ba yung act?
walang batas na nagsasabing illegal yon kung binibigyan tayo ng impormasyon. In fact, we should be thankful na we are being provided with information relative to criminal activities in this country.
Okay, Raymond.
Brief lang. So, yun nga sir, kahit illegal, we are gladly allowing foreign countries like Israel to wiretap, to bug our communications in the Philippines.
Hindi naman ginagawa sa atin eh. Hindi illegal. Sa atin, illegal. Kung sa kanila, baka allowed.
But we are subscribing to what they are gathering from their wiretapping illegally in the Philippines.
Aba, sabi ko nga, dapat magpasalamat tayo kung binibigyan tayo ng informasyon eh.
Okay,
We
thank
should
you.
be thankful kasi we will be destroying the criminal activities because of information given us.
Sir, pero lastly, doon sa pag-release, okay na ba si PDEA Chief Aaron Aquino? Kasi
Hindi ko alam.
medyo malamig siya, di ba? Medyo may reservation siya doon sa release ng
Hindi ko alam.
narco-list.
Hindi ko alam. But since there is already a policy by the President,
Yun na yun. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Joyce.
So sir, to what extent lang po nagagamit yung whatever information we get from wiretapping as lead lang po ba sa possible suspects,
Yeah.
suspects? Saan po natin nagagamit yung
o
information?
at least malalaman mo na kung sino yung mga involved. Iso-surveillance mo na yun. Hahanap ka na ngayon, i-entrap mo for one. For another, i-validate mo kung totoo. Coming from your other sources, yung mga nag-surrender, yung mga na-aresto.
Sino po yung...
Yung surveillance lang, malaking bagay yan. Pag binabantay mo yung isang tao at gumawa siya ng pushing, hindi malalaman mo na.
ano po yung particular government agency na nagpa-process nitong information? Sino yung tumatanggap?
Hindi ko alam yung portion yan. Yung akin, educated, ko lang yan. Na saan ba nila kukunin yun? Dahil wala naman silang As I said, I don't think we have the capability. Wala naman tayong capability ng We don't have that kind of equipments.
Pwede mag-other topic.
Okay.
And I got that from the President himself when he said na may nagpo-provide ng impormasyon sa atin.
Okay, Jeneline, follow up.
So you're saying, sir, the government finds nothing wrong with foreign countries surveilling or spying on Filipinos?
Sa mga criminal activities, okay sa akin yun. If you will ask me. Criminal activities.
Sir, what?
Yun lang. Kasi nga, in the interaction of countries, merong mga may mga kasunduan na they will be providing each other with information relative to criminal activities dun sa mga bansa nila.
Sir, won't this violate?
Nagtutulungan, in other words.
Sir, won't this violate the privacy rights of Filipino citizens?
Pero alam mo, magiging ano dyan, gaya pareho rin yan ng right to information, right of an individual to the presumption of innocence. Iwiweigh mo yung interest ng bansa as against an individual right. Palagi superior yung pangkaramihan. I think it's about time na we should be fearful na yung karapatan ng pangkalahatan na hindi napapangalagaan rather than masyado tayong pinapangambahan yung isang individual na karapatan. Mas maging ibabaw siyempre yung pangkalahatan nating kaligtasan kaysa dun sa isang karapatan ng isang tao lamang.
Okay, other issue. Joyce?
Konting follow-up lang, sir. Sir, in case may magreklamo na sabihin their rights are violated because of yun nga, resulta ng wiretapping, can anyone sue the government for that? Given na you already admitted na we are using this information as lead.
Wala namang kasalanan ng gobyerno doon kasi binigyan ka ng impormasyon. On
Pero
the
ginamit
basis
niyo
of
yung
that,
information, ginamit ng gobyerno yung information.
bakit? Ano bang masama doon na binigyan ka ng impormasyon ng kahit na saan galing na impormasyon? If it pinpoints a criminal activity and on the basis of that you surveil the person subject of such an information, hindi masama yun.
Even if, sir, yung process of getting the information is illegally obtained, at least under our constitution, it's not legal. Hindi sila pwede mag-file ng any case against the government for using the information.
Hindi. Ang demanda nila yung yung nag-violate ng kanilang, yung kung sino man nag-violate ng karapatan nila. Pero yung information na gagamitin lang natin, hindi masama yun. Source mo yan, information. Magiging basis mo nga yun.
Sige, sir.
You're not speaking for the narco group.
Sir, on another topic, okay lang. Sir, kahapon, nandun naman din po si Foreign Affairs Secretary Locsin sa cabinet meeting, right, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Na-discuss po ba yung incident sa Pag-asa Island? Were you able to get a confirmation from him?
Hindi. Hindi namin ang pag-usapan.
Okay,
May agenda kasi.
So, even...
Hindi kasama sa agenda yung... Binabalidate pa siguro yun ng Department of National Defense, kung totoo.
Okay, so wala pang marching order si President with regards to that? Wala naman siyang utos?
Hindi ba kailangan siya mag-utos eh. Pag mayroong balitang ganyan, trabaho na ng Department of National Defense to check on that.
Sir, ano pong agenda ng DFA? You mentioned na meron silang separate agenda during the meeting. So, ano po
DFA?
yung na-raise up?
Yeah, yung
In
agenda.
general. Okay, so wala naman...
Yung nirelease kong statement, yun lang ang napag-usapan.
Okay, MPC questions. Ace?
Sec, yung approval ng annex dun sa normalization, can you elaborate?
Ano yung normalization?
Yung sa statement nyo kanina, yung sa annex, yung approval by the President of the annex on the normalization, ano yung implications nito sa peace effort sa Mindanao? How will it benefit the country in general?
Hindi ba lahat ng pwedeng magawa natin para makapagdagdag sa ating goal na maging mapayapa, gagawin natin. Anything that is contributory to the goal of peace in that place, we will do it.
So ano yung significance ba nung annex na yun, Secretary? At saka nung development na yun, na na-approve na yung annex?
Hindi makakatulong nga sa transition government.
So it will parang mapapabilis yung normalization dun
Yes.
sa...
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Sec.
Jeneline?
Sir, yung normalization, diba ito yung decommissioning of MILF troops and the weapons? Who will, under the proposed EO, who will supervise the...
No, I haven't seen alam ko, general knowledge nga. Hindi ko alam exactly kung sino. But the fact is, the MILF has allowed itself to be subjected to that process. Talaga namang yung mga yan, gusto na rin nila lang kapayapaan. Ayaw na ng gulo. Sino ba may gusto ng gulo?
Sir, may nabanggit ba si Presidente na sa timeline na, di ba, after ratification, they have this percentage na kailangan na decommission yung troops?
Yeah, palagay ko they will follow the process.
Okay, follow up, Joseph?
So we're interested dun sa EO because there are several aspects to the normalization annex. No? One of those is the establishment of a Bangsamoro police force. Right now, the BOL says there's going to be initial proposal was a separate Bangsamoro police, but in the BOL, it's just a Bangsamoro regional police. Now, yun ba yung EO, sir, na magko-constitute tayo ng Bangsamoro regional police force?
I haven't read the executive order.
But I guess there was a presentation by Secretary Galvez in the cabinet meeting that discussed this, I guess.
Hindi ko na kasi nasa
Not listening.
at that time. No, I remember kasi nung si
Galvez.
Secretary Galvez was presenting, nandun ako sa adjacent room, kausap ako. So
alright.
hindi ko narinig yung portion. I will read the executive order
Thank you, sir.
and I'll make an statement on your question.
Also, the normalization, meron sir yan program ng decommissioning. So,
Yes.
at this point that we have already ratified the BOL and constituted the Bangsamoro Transition Authority, the forces that should have been decommissioned per program should have been 65%, 30% up to the ratification, and then 35 more. So,
Your question is kung nasunod yun.
well, obviously, parang wala pa, sir, no? So, baka kasi yung EO...
Tanungin natin, baka naman meron na. Wala?
Baka, sir, kasi yung EO should operationalize the decommissioning process. That's why
Sige.
we're interested.
I'll take note of all the things that you said.
Alright,
Pero,
sir.
we can examine the executive order. At the same time, tanungin ko yung grupo nila.
Sige, sir. Thank you.
Okay, may questions pa, MPC? Joyce? Sorry, Bernadette. And then Bernadette.
Sir, sa statement niyo regarding the cabinet meeting, you also mentioned that yung National Program on Family Planning was also presented. Can you give us more details on that? Was it just presented or the President approved the implementation plan? At kailan po magro-roll out yung plano?
Basta na-approve yung plano. Magkaroon ng somebody move for the approval and all of us agreed.
Ano po yung nandun sa plan, sa implementation plan for family
I
planning?
don't know the specific plans. I'll have to look at the detail ng plano and then I'll issue a statement.
Sige, sir. Pasama na rin, sir, sa statement if you're going to issue, kailan yung roll out ng plan?
Sige.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, mag-last question na tayo. Bernadette.
Chris, gawa tayo nun, ha? Chris, yung...
Hi, sir. Just to clarify, sir, you said earlier po that there was nothing wrong with the manipulations being allegedly undertaken by the House on the ratified bicameral committee report prior to the printing and enrollment of the budget measure?
Yes, until it's not signed into law. Technically speaking, by the admission of Senator Lacson himself, pwedeng pakialaman nila. Kasi sila naman talaga makikialam doon sa budget.
Pero sir, I think it was Senator Lacson po who is opposing to that
Yes,
idea po.
he's opposing it kasi sabi niya kahit na technically, ang feeling niya mali. Pero siya rin ang nagsabi na technically, since it's still a bill.
Okay. So,
Pero what is important, I think, is the President will have to evaluate. Will consider the issues raised against certain realignments, and then it will be his call whether to approve it or veto certain provisions.
So can we say that the alleged act of Congress is constitutional in that sense po? This
In the
manipulations.
strictest sense of the word, it's constitutional because it's not yet, wala pang enrolled bill.
Okay, sir.
Nasa kanila pa .
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Nasa BICAM nga, pero unang-una, hindi ba sinasabi nga ng mga constitutional experts, yung BICAM nga, hindi nga dapat yun . Di ba dapat supposed to be House lang, sa Senado.
Pero follow up, kasi, correct as if we're wrong, pag nag-BICAM-SEC, inapprove yung committee report, di ba dapat yung committee report ng BICAM, yun yung itatransmit sa Office of the President?
Kung hindi naman na-transmit yun, tapos ginalaw uli nila.
Kasi, paano yung approval? Invalid yung approval nun. Kasi SEC, di ba, kung buong committee yung mag-a-approve nun, kung yung isang tao lang yung gagalaw nun, hindi alam nung committee yun.
Alam mo, nasa Congress yan eh. Whatever they submit as an enrolled final bill, yun ang titingnan ng presidente. Kung approve, pipirma niya.
Kahit hindi yun yung form na inapprove ng committee.
Kung yun ang officially yung sinubmit mo in effect, you have already modified whatever agreement you had between the two houses.
So walang mali doon. I mean,
nasa kanila yun kasi sa kanila yun hindi naman sa amin yun
Pero whatever it is, titignan naman niya ni Presidente sila.
Yeah, definitely. Titignan niya kung...
Okay.
Okay, mag-last na tayo, Joseph.
Sir, doesn't it sound, smell, taste like pork?
Lahat naman yan, pork yung mga yan, di ba?
Oh. No, in particular...
Ang hindi ko maintindihan is kung nagkaroon na sila ng bicameral committee, paano mapapakialaman ng isang house?
Exactly the point, sir.
Exactly. So, in other words, sila rin yon. So, problema nila yon. Hindi namin problema yon. They have to solve their problem internally, not us. Kasi mag-aantay lang kami kung ano sinabit nyo sa amin. Yun ang titingnan namin.
Sir, going back to the question, is it not pork? Because, again, the scenario is BICAM has already passed the bill. Now it's just waiting for transmission and signature of the President. Supreme Court defines pork as post-enactment intervention. Are you questioning, or is it an issue of the definition of enactment? Enactment by whom? Congress
Teka
or...
muna. Yung post-enactment na sinasabi mo, ang sinasabi ng Supreme Court, bago nagkaroon ng submission sa Kongreso, wala pang pera doon. Wala pang, hindi pa naka-specify kung kanino, di ba? Pagdating sa kanila, saka mo lang lalagyan. Yun ang insertion. Pero since meron na, ni-realign, kasi ngayon ang trabaho nila to realign.
Sir, I think ang issue is when ginawa. Ngayon, sir, ang pinupoint ni Senator Lacson is yung nangyaring 25 million na realignment ni Speaker Arroyo came after Congress, Senate, and the House approved a bicameral committee, enacted on their own, approved the version. Is this not pork, sir?
Basta ang posisyon namin dyan, that's your problem. Internal yung problema yon. I-solve ninyo.
Internal?
Sa kanila yun eh. Dahil nag-usap na sila, nagkasundo na sila, tapos papakialaman ng iba. Kami naman nag-aantay lang kung ano yung sasubmit nyo.
So sir, pag lumusot yun, ginawa na nga sir is the President going to sign that?
Nasa na yun. Call ni Presidente yun. Siyempre, papakinggan niya yung mga naririnig niyang raising issues against it.
Meaning he may?
Sign
Sign it.
Hindi, call niya nga yun. Hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin niya doon.
Kasi wala tayo, sir, opinion whether that's good or bad, right? Because it's the Congress's
kasi
problem.
Sila yun eh.
Correct.
Dapat sila ang tanongin mo kung good or bad. Alam mo, kung may problema sila doon, then one or two or three of them or most of them should do something about it. They can go to the Supreme Court and stop it. Bakit hindi nila ginagawa?
Okay, sorry, MPC. Last question na, Raymond. Briefly.
Sir, medyo peculiar kasi yung nangyari. Di ba after ng Bicameral Conference Committee, there comes an approved BICAM report. Then afterwards, nagsibalikan sila on its own sa House, then sa Senado, at nagkaroon ng plenary session to ratify. Hanggang inabot sila lang hanggang, madaling araw.
You mean to tell me, hindi ko alam yun ha? You mean to tell me after the BICAM, nagbalikan?
Yes. Baka doon yung nangyaring
di ibig sabihin, hindi illegal yung ginawa nila.
Kung
bumalik sa plenary.
Inabot ka ng madaling araw eh.
Ano?
Procedural. Na bumalik sila, tapos doon nila ni-ratify on its own sa
Kaya nga,
House.
when they were supposed to be ratifying it, binago nila, di ba? Exactly.
Sa House yung nabago.
Kaya nga, ang point ko, kasi dapat pagdating sa kanila, iraratify nila yung pinagkasundo sa
Sa
BICAM.
plenary.
Eh
Yes.
pagdating sa kanila, binago nila. Tapos
Yes.
in-approve ng plenary. O, hindi na, ano? Bakit? Hindi, ganito yun eh. Niratify muna ng each house. Tapos punta rito sa BICAM. Tapos, bakit ibabalik sa kanila?
Sir, procedure yun, sir.
Oo nga, to ratify it ulit.
Na parang ganito yan, sir. So tayo, Senate ka, House ako. Tapos nag-usap tayo. Tapos sabi natin A plus B, okay. Babalik ako sa House ko, babalik po kayo sa Senate, at sasabihin natin, ito yung napag-usapan natin, A plus B. As a matter of constitutional procedure, sir. Okay? What happened is, sa akin, House, A plus B plus C.
Ako sa tingin ko, hindi constitutional procedure yung sinasabi mo eh. That's internal. Kasi ang constitutional, sinasabi lang doon yung House sa Senado. Kung anong ma-approve nyo, yun na yun. Pero binago nila eh. Among themselves, nagkaroon sila ng mga bicameral. Kaya ang tingin ko dyan, nung binalik mo sa House, they have the right to realign. Kasi plenary session yun eh. Pag plenary, they can do everything. Kung hindi
Kahit, sir, hindi yun
correct, in-approve, kung nag-reconsider, you get the point? Binalik niya. Kahit pa in-approve mo, kung binalik uli sa amin. Halimbawa, kung member ng Kongreso.
Sige, pero Ace, last na to. Last na to, Ace.
Kasi nga, di ba, Sec, pag may konting pagkakaiba lang yung draft ng bills, kailangan mong mag-BICAM, di ba? Oo, so ibig sabihin nun, after nilang mag-BICAM, and then each house, pinasa nila yon each house para i-ratify, yung sa isa, iba. Yung sa Senate, iba. So, paano yun?
Basta ako, ang tingin ko dyan. Ang tingin ko dyan, kung yung plenary ng House, in-approve nila yung panibago, constitutional yon. Kasi unang-una yung committee, hindi naman constitutional entity yun eh. Ginawa lang nila yun eh.
Yes. Okay?
Yung sa tingin ko, yung BICAM, ginawa lang nila yung for expediency dahil nga hindi sila nagkakasundo. Sige, pag-usapan na lang natin.
So, Sec, ano yung version na ba transmit kay President?
Hindi natin alam kung anong version ipapadala nila.
So, dalawa yung 2019
basta
budget.
isa lang sigurado ipapadala nila. Kung ano yung dumating sa amin, hindi yun ang titingnan ni Presidente.
Okay na? Okay, thank you MPC. Thank you Secretary Panelo. Back to main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network. Thank you MPC.